Hello, everyone, and welcome back to One Soccer. I'm your host for today, Josh Deming, joined by my colleague Alex Gonge-Ruzic, and our special guest today, Charles-Andreas Brym. Charles, how are you doing today?
Hi, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Thanks.
Excited to have you on, and I just want to get right into it with the first question and asking you about your first full season with Sparta Rotterdam. How's it been?
The season's almost over now. I had a good start of the season, getting some minutes. It's my first year in the Eredivisie, so yeah, I'm adapting right now. Could get my name on the score sheets and get few assists this season. So far it's okay. I'm adapting well. I'll say at the in the Eredivisie.
And Charles, we'll rewind a bit. And you grew up in Montreal. You got to play in the Impact Academy a bit back in the day. Obviously, that's your link to Canada. So, I guess going back to that, what was your memories of growing up in Montreal, and what you kind of take away from your time in that Impact system?
Yeah, that's a long time ago now. What can I say about this? Yeah, at the time, the academy was the only path to the professional football. So yeah, you used to feel really special to be a part of that system. And yeah, I learned a lot technically, tactically with the coaches there and the staff in those 2 years. And so yeah, only good memories from that time.
So after that, you made the jump to Europe using your French passport, starting with Ajaccio. I'm just curious what made you push for that move. Was it football related? Was it family related? I know your mom's from the area. What led you to that decision?
Yeah, I had the discussion at the time with my dad. He asked me, yeah, if you really want to play. He told me if you really want to play football, yeah, you know that football is in Europe. If you want to play the big competitions and everything, so if you're ready to make that step, then it's time. I was 15 at the time, I think, so it was around that time that it was necessary for me to make that step if I was ready for. And of course, I'm half French, half Canadian. So normally with the FIFA rules, you cannot travel to get the license in another club if it's for football. But since I got family there, I could go to school there, and getting with that way, I could still play in Europe with small clubs from the region there.
Awesome. And I guess just a quick follow-up question to that. What went through your mind as a youngster when you made that move, and what did you learn from the experience?
Yeah, at that time, the only question that really is goes through your mind is, are you ready to make those sacrifices, leave your friends and loved one behind? And at that time I was really motivated, and so I knew what I wanted to do, so the decision was pretty clear for me at that time.
And Charles, from there, you had stints in France with Lille. You had stints in Portugal. Then you made it to FC Eindhoven, where you really made your mark. You spent 2 seasons there. What do you reflect on the things you learned in FC Eindhoven, and the time you spent with the club?
Yeah, at FC Eindhoven was the first season that I was playing professional football. The other ones with Lille and everything was in Lille. I was with the second team, so it was third division in France. So I was playing good, training the same, but the difference is that you're not in front of the spotlight. I would say so. The first season in Holland was the first time I could really show myself out there, and yeah, it went well. I knew I had the qualities, and the goal was to play one season there and then sign in the first division in Holland.
Well, that's exactly what you did because it was a bit of a gamble, I guess, to sign permanently for the Dutch second division side in FC Eindhoven in the 2021-2022 season. But I mean, you were an all-star in that season. It paid off. You signed permanently in the Eredivisie. So how special was it when you actually earned that contract to sign with Sparta Rotterdam?
Yeah, it was special for me. It was special, but I feel like the transition was easier because I made that step before when I started in first division in Belgium. But of course, I didn't have the playing time that I wanted. So I was just back at the level. I think I was ready to play and show my qualities out there. And so yeah, here I am in first division now, and of course it felt special. I was happy to fulfill the objectives I gave to myself, and yeah, we stuck to the plan, and it worked out at the end.
And Charles, that's kind of where I'm curious with the question with the Eredivisie. You've made the jump up this year, like you mentioned, permanently. It's a top league, always super exciting to watch the level of the league. But from your perspective as a player, what are some of the biggest differences making that jump up? Is it tactically? Because I know some of the clubs in the league are very strong tactically. Is it speed? Is it physical? What's kind of been the big thing you've noticed?
I'll say the level of the team basically because yeah, you have big club like Ajax, Feyenoord, and PSV and others, but yeah, they play the biggest competition. You could see their courses in the Champions League or Europa League this season. So yeah, big clubs, big names, big players, and so of course the level is high here, and but that's what you like as a football player. You want to play the highest competition possible against the best player possible. So
Earlier this season, you scored a brace against the defending champions Feyenoord in the Rotterdam Derby this fall. I'm just curious, how special was that? I'd imagine those are probably two of the cooler goals you've ever scored.
yeah, it was a special day because I was not supposed to start the game actually. So I trained the whole week as I always do. The number one striker, I think at the time he was sick a little bit. He was not feeling 100%. So the morning of the game when we went to the hotel, the coach took me apart and told me that I was gonna start the game. And yeah, at that time, of course, Feyenoord was a big game because they were champion the season before, so they had a really good team. They did really good in the preseason. But we also did. We worked hard in the preseason. I played most of the games in the preseason also because the striker he was a little bit injured. So yeah, I was confident going to the game, but I was not supposed to start, and my family was coming over, so I just sent them a text before the game to tell them that yeah, don't be late for the game because I'm gonna start today. And yeah, I had the family and friends, so it was the first time that I was also starting in front of the fans there. So yeah, it was a special day, and yeah, it went really good for me. We could have left with the 3 points though. It's a shame that they came back and the game was 2-2. It was a draw, but yeah, it was a special day for me.
I'm curious when you got the conversation from your manager. Sometimes when you're starting all week, maybe the nerves build up. You know it's a big game. Do you think it almost like the fact that you just woke up that morning, you find out you're starting? Do you feel like that maybe gave you a bit of adrenaline, a bit of like, all right, screw this, let's do it, kind of thing?
I think it can happen, but for me, not really because yeah, like I said, I played the whole game with the team in the preseasons, so I was ready, I was fit. I didn't have vacation because we went to the Gold Cup, so I was physically ready. I had a good start with the preseason, so I was good to go. I was good to go. I knew it was my opportunity, my chances, but yeah, like I said, I think I know my level, I know what I can do, and I was ready for the game. I went out there and tried to show my qualities.
Now, you mentioned obviously you played up front, scoring a brace in that game. You can play in a ton of different positions across the front line: left wing, right wing, dual striker. What do you say is your favorite position?
My favorite by far is striker. Striker. Yeah, the closer to the goal, the better.
Well, I guess you've kind of mentioned your favorite position. Then in that case, how would you describe your game? We've seen you can run. You're very quick. I think there's a clip at FC Eindhoven where you ended up burning a guy and scoring a goal. I remember that was it was quite fun to see. You can score. Obviously, you've seen you create some chances. What are some favorite attributes of yours, and how would you describe your game?
Yeah, like you said, my speed is one of my abilities. I'm good to finish actions. I'm good with the ball at my feet, so I can play deep and I can play also a little bit more inside the game. So that's why sometimes I play a little bit more on the wing or around the number nine. So yeah, I would say I'm good with my qualities on and off the ball, my speed, of course, and my finishing.
Like you mentioned, you are or were a dual national. You decided to obviously represent the Canadian national team. I'm just curious to see when Canada came on your radar, how the conversations happened, and when you decided to actually commit to Canada.
Yeah, it was pretty easy because even if I was French related, I never got interest from the French national team at that time. Uh, I was contacted by Mauro Biello at the time, and we discussed. He always kept in touch with me. He followed my career when I was in Lille, when I was on loan in Portugal also, and at the time I was doing really good. They asked me to come to a camp, and yeah, it was a pleasure. It was a natural decision for me to play for Canada because I grew up in Canada, so that's basically all I knew when I was younger.
And from there, you earned your first call up. You went to a camp in January 2020. You scored that camp. How special was it, that whole experience of making your debut, scoring a goal? 'Cause, those are always special milestones for any player.
Yeah, that camp was amazing. First time I get to see the guys and play with them. I was actually surprised with the level that the national team was showing out there with the coach, with the staff, the players. I was yeah. I think like other people that don't know about the national team, the Canadian national team, they can underestimate us. But what I saw there at that camp, I was really impressed, and yeah, I felt really proud when I scored that goal because you represent your country, of course. And yeah, I was really, 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 really proud.
So the 2026 World Cup is fast approaching. Obviously, Canada, one of three co-hosts. How special would it be to make that squad? And is that the biggest goal for you?
Yeah, I need to take every step at a time. I want to get more and more minutes with my club because at the end, that's what's gonna decide if you're ready, fit to play with this team or not. So I'm really focused about on my playing time and my game with my team right now. I'm gonna try to get improve every day, get the best level that I can, and if I'm fit to make the squad at the time and the coach is asking for me, it would be a pleasure to be there to defend our colors.
I guess on that note, what's the big goal for this upcoming season? Obviously, you want to finish this year strong, and then big summer ahead. But what's kind of the big goal in the fall? Is it just taking another step forward in your game and just kind of taking it game by game, like you mentioned?
Yeah, I'm learning. Like you said, I'm a young player, so I'm learning every day, try to improve my game. Now we have the playoff with my team, so the season is not finished. We have one regular game this season, one more next week, and then we start the playoff. So we try to finish strong, get as far as possible in the playoff, and then yeah, there's a like you said, there's a camp in the summer, a big opportunity to play the Copa America. So there's also yeah, when you're a kid and you play football, that's the competition you always dream about. So that would be I would be really proud to and honored to represent my country in a big competition like this. So I'm gonna try to keep myself fit, ready, and then if the call is made, then it would be a pleasure for me to step ahead.
All right, Charles, to end off the episode, we have a few fun rapid fire questions for you. So don't think about it too much. Not going to throw anything too difficult at you. But first question will be best player or players you've played so far in the Eredivisie against.
I would say Brian Broby and Steven Bergwijn.
A good choice. I guess from this one, I know. Imagine in camp for Canada camp, you guys must want to race all the time. I won't ask you how you've raced against Alfonso, although if you want to tell us, you can say. But Liam Miller, he's a quick guy. Have you guys ever raced? Who's faster?
No, we don't race. We do some quick reaction sprints in the warm up sometimes. I would say the runs are really close. I would say.
So I'm a big numbers guy. It will really just itch my skin to see a striker wearing number 2. But the nice thing at Sparta Rotterdam is that you guys are only allowed to wear numbers 1 through 11. It's based on position. So obviously, if you're a striker, you usually wear the number 9. I've seen you wear a bunch of different numbers this season: 17, 18, 19, 11. What is actually your favorite number?
My favorite number would be 25, so it's not even on the numbers we're allowed to wear in the game. After that would be maybe 19, And yeah, other than that, in the game, it depends if I'm starting, not starting. So I'm not choosing my number, but yeah, I would say 25 and 19.
Why 25?
25, that was my number. I think the first camp I played with Canada. So I keep good memories of this number. And 19, yeah, that's the number of my first season in FC Eindhoven. So yeah, it was good. It was a good season.
All right, this is a tough one. The Netherlands made it very well known that fries are to be dipped in mayo. So are you a fries in mayo or a fries in ketchup kind of guy?
I'll say I used to be a guy, a ketchup guy, but now I'll say mayo.
The mayo's good there. I guess last one, just speaking of, you've, what, 3 years in the Netherlands now? What have been your favorite elements of living in the country?
Ooh, I'd say the people are really nice here. It's a little bit the same atmosphere as we have in Canada. The people are really welcoming, open-minded. So yeah, the welcome I had here since the first day was amazing.
Awesome. Charles, is all the time we have today. Thank you so much for coming on and best of luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you very much.